morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name's Dino. Welcome to a speculation video on Secret Neighbor. Now, if you're a fan of Hello Neighbor, you're most likely aware of something going around at the moment that is known as Secret Neighbor. And that's what we're here to do today. We're here to analyze what we know about it. Also, I wish to bring in some of my own theories as to what I think we can expect from this coming Secret Neighbor. So here we have secretneighbor.com. It's very simplistic. It contains the cryptic Russian gobbledygook style language that the Hello Neighbor universe, I guess, speaks, or at least TinyBuild does. And what we know from this writing here in the middle, it simply translates to, you cannot get more information about this place, Splineline. Now, to achieve this, we've had to translate this text here, which is, I guess, Russian to some degree, to Norwegian, and then from Norwegian to English. Why we have to translate it to Norwegian, I don't know, but well done for everybody in the Hello Neighbor community that was able to work that out. So when it comes to the term, you cannot get more information about this place, I don't really know what significance that holds. I've been thinking about that sentence for quite a long time, and there's nothing that I can subjectively take from it, unfortunately. However, the clip that we see running in the background permanently, I think speaks a lot more than what this text does. Now, the term action speaks louder than words comes to mind with this particular website. I'm going to take away the action and replace it with image. Now, with this image that we have here, to me, the entrance door that's open with a neighbor stood there with a gleaming light behind him. I don't know why, but I get the impression it's like player 2 has entered the game, or it's introducing a character almost. Now, this is just my theory. This isn't what I'm saying is concrete, solid proof. That's what symbolically this area of the image looks like. Also, what is significant to me is we have a cup, or at least an award, sitting on the side table. To me, that indicates competition. There will be a winner. Now, it's commonly known as well during the building of Hello Neighbor, during all the alphas when they were coming out and betas, we saw that Dynamic Pixels introduced, like, I guess, a timeline graph. It was available on their Kickstarter all that time ago, and it was what they were looking at achieving with the game after certain set points. This is why I feel that the simple video that we see in the background that doesn't have a lot going on says a lot. Now, I've taken this little image from Dynamic Pixels' Kickstarter program for the Hello Neighbor game. Now, if we look at what we have available here for our eyes, I guess there were certain targets that the development team are still sticking to and still have for the future of Hello Neighbor, but a lot of people seem to have forgotten. Now, I've taken these from the Kickstarter campaign website that Dynamic Pixels ran for Hello Neighbor, and to me, they're almost like flashing lights, red flags. We're missing something very, very important here. As you can see, each of these tiers indicate multiplayer. The first one we have here to look at reads, have a friend? Excellent. No friends? No problem. Use real-time multiplayer. One protects the basement, the other tries getting into the house. The next one reads, oh, the neighbor has a new house. Now the house is randomly generated at the start of the game. Each player has a unique house. The third one reads, reverse mode. Have a secret? Keep it. Your neighbor is trying to reveal it. Yep, here you protect your house from the neighbor controlled by AI. And in the third one, lack a tool? No problem. Make it yourself. Now you can craft any tool or trap from all the stuff around. Okay, so those targets that the developers were aiming for, or still are aiming for, indicate competition. They indicate multiplayer. An introduction of a new element to the game, an introduction to a new character. That's where Mr. Neighbor here in the doorway comes into play. That's indicating something new. Something is entering the game, entering Hello Neighbor, a new game mode. The cup here on the left indicates competition. And as I have read back to you with those 4 tiers that the developers left for us on their Kickstarter campaign, we are aware that they are looking at adding competition-based elements that the developers will look at introducing into the Hello Neighbor game. So with my own analysis and looking a little bit further into these images and considering past evidence that we have had from the developers, I'd like to think that it's almost certain that we have a competition-based multiplayer aspect coming to Hello Neighbor. So moving on, let's look at the trailers that tinyBuild have released in regards to Secret Neighbor. So the first trailer is the image that's looping continuously in the background of secretneighbor.com, but without the text in front so we can see it a lot clearer. This is symbolizing that there is something new being introduced to the game, and the cup here is also symbolizing that it's going to be a competition-based mode. There's nothing more that we need to talk about with this trailer. However, the second trailer, that is only 2 or 3 seconds long, is very interesting in itself too. Now, considering how quick and what seems to be a lot of stuff going on in that video, we can actually take a lot away from it. As of right now, I'm kind of waiting on some information that I wanted to look in further and I was holding out during the video. I wanted to find out what the music was that was in the trailer. I did see somebody mention it ages ago on, I think it might have been a Discord group or it was in a reply to a tweet. I've never been able to locate it again. It's not even in the comments section of the video, or at least from what I can't find. So unfortunately, we're not able to analyze the music of choice from tinyBuild in the trailer, which is quite unfortunate because I would like to dive into that symphony-based music, I guess, a little further and to look under sort of the surface, if you must. So that might be something that I'd like to do in the future. However, the trailer itself is incredibly interesting, and I've taken 3 clips from the trailer that I wish to analyze. Now, looking at these in Photoshop, you're probably not really going to be able to see a lot, of course, other than this little guy here, but we'll talk about him later. Now, as you can see from the trailer, I will keep playing it over and over again. We see various shadows zooming across the walls and into our, I guess, perspective and vision that we are being perceived at. However, I want to take into calculation the light sources that are, I guess, helping in projecting the shadows. Now, the ones that zoom across the door just then, it's very, very difficult not to be able to confuse these shadows with this shadow in there by the wall. Now, I am convinced this shadow here is us. There's a light source coming from behind us, and what I'm believing is our light source, our torch, is reflecting on the window here. Now, with these images that I captured, I wanted to invert the colors to see if we could look further into this screen capture that we have right now. Usually inverting and then bringing the brightness up and down, you can kind of play around with the image and see if you can find anything hidden. Like before, ages ago, remember the picture with the neighbor sat on the couch? If you turned the brightness up, you could see the shadow in the corner. It's what I'm trying to achieve with this one. But unfortunately, looking at this, it doesn't seem like there's anything hidden. For instance, let me turn the brightness back down. Apologies. If we go there, we can see that clearly the darkest color is the brightest color, and the brightest colors are the darkest colors. So there we can see the light source that I guess is the torch that we're covering. But what we can also see here is what I believe is our shadow. So it looks like we have a hat on backwards, and this is the body particularly. Now, I'll play it again. As you notice, it looks like ourselves' shadow is being projected onto the door and round the corner, which is this curved corridor that we're in. You see? Just that tiny little clip there. Let me play it in slow motion for you. There we go. You can see us. There we go. Right. See us going around the door. You can see that our legs are running just then, ever so slightly. Look at the bottom here. You can see our arms are there and there. We're carrying the torch, and you see our legs move. And we're out of shot. The shadow moves around here. Boom. Now, we move into the front room, and we'll play it in slow motion. What you need to consider also is there is a light source here, and there is a light source there. Of course, that is what I believe is a torch that somebody is holding, player 2, towards us. And if we look closely, because of the light source from the lamp on the right, we can see that player 2 is now being projected onto the wall and is also holding something that I think we can all agree is clearly a torch. Now, I've taken that image and I want to do the same. I want to invert the colors, excuse me. So as you can see, the brightest colours are the darkest colours are the brightest. So of course we can see ourselves here. With one hand, we are holding a torch. There's the second hand. Let's see if we can turn the brightness down. See if we can see. Oh, right. Okay, so we can't, unfortunately, see anyone behind it. Now, what I'd like to think is TinyBuild have created maybe a model that is transparent but may have an outline edge, and doing a technique like this where we're at least trying to reveal what is behind the torch or the light source, clearly we're unable to see it, which well played TinyBuild, you absolute gits. As you see, playing around with the curves as much as possible, it's very, very difficult. Look, we can see the door frame behind the light source, but of course, from where you can see here, which is the shadow, there is clearly nothing holding the torch, at least what we can see. Now, during a period where I was really thoroughly thinking about anything to do with this secret neighbor, looking further into things, I ended up actually chancing it and reaching out to TinyBuild themselves and tweeting, can we have any more clues? Because TinyBuild are very clever. They're very clever how they sell and market Hello Neighbor with the secrecy and the mystery and stuff like that. You have to absolutely applaud them. But with the website and with the trailers, I felt that everything was very subjective. It was what you took away from it, which clearly all I'm doing as well. But I asked them if there was anything more than just the clips and translation. Because like I just said, it was way too subjective. There was nothing there that was truly solid. So I reached out to them, I randomly tweeted them asking them, and they replied with this gobbledygook jargon there that translates to friends, which furthermore solidifies my own theory in the sense of that with Hello Neighbor, we won't be getting Hello Neighbor 2, it will simply be a new game mode. We will be getting Hello Neighbor multiplayer. So we've analysed the website secretneighbor.com's symbolism in saying that the looped neighbor in the doorway is a symbol of introduction, and the award cup sitting on the set of drawers is a symbol of competition. The second trailer offers a frantic run around in a corridor into a front room that introduces two players, or at least an extra shadow on a wall, or at least something that we can see that is symbolizing multiplayer. We also get this confirmation from the developers' notes themselves from their Kickstarter campaign on what they were looking at doing further into the future of Hello Neighbor, and it literally screams multiplayer. However, when it comes to the translations of you cannot get more information about this place, I don't know. I have no answer for that. So guys, what are your theories on this secretneighbor.com? I have expressed to yourself what I believe and the evidence that leads me to believe it's going to be a new game mode in Hello Neighbor, not essentially a sequel. But what do you think yourselves? Is there anything I'm missing? If you know the name of the song that's featured in trailer 2, please let me know, because I would love to analyze it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Hopefully very soon we will get more information about Secret Neighbor, or even any solid information as to what it actually will be. I believe it's going to be multiplayer, but until TinyBuild themselves introduce it, we can't be certain. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys, and I hope you have a good day. See you later. Bye.